Okay, I'm looking at our Term 3 Week 8 quiz for Year 8. This is our final quiz before our exam in Week 9. So our first question is substitute a equals -3 into a squared minus 2a. So I'm going to have to do -3 squared, and I'm taking away 2 times -3. Now -3 squared is 9, and it's going to be positive 9 because -3 times -3 is positive 9. Now I'm subtracting a negative here, so I've got subtract -6 because 2 times -3 is -6. That's going to become 9 plus 6, which is 15. In question 2, it says write an expression with 3 terms, a variable of b, and a constant of -5. So we've got a few options on what we could write. So we know we need something with a b, we know we need -5 on the end, and we know we need 3 terms. So I could write something like 2b plus 3c minus 5. I could have made it 4b, 5b, whatever I'd like there, any coefficient of b. And I could put any term in the middle there. So I could have put a b squared term, I could have put any letter there, term that I wanted. So that's an option that I can put there, the one that I've written, but there's lots of different ideas. Then we've got expanding. So I'm going to do my 4 times m and my 4 times 3. So I'll get 4m plus 12 as my answer. Factorising, I'm breaking it down into the factors. So I've got 5 times a times a times b. Take away 5 times 2 times a times b times b. I'm going to circle the 5 in each term, an a in each, and a b in each. So that's what I'm going to put out the front of my bracket. And then inside the bracket, I've got an a left there, and I've got 2b left there. So that's my answer. Here we've got using our index laws to simplify. So we've got 2 to the power of 3 plus 5 because we're multiplying 2 that have the same base. So that will be 2 to the power of 8. Here we're dividing, so we'll have 7 take 4, which will be b to the power of 3. Here we've got a bracket being raised to a 0, so that means our answer is going to be 1. Anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. Here we've got our bracket with a power outside, which means we're going to apply that to each of them. So we've got 2 squared and b to the 3 times 2. Now 2 squared is 4 and 3 times 2 is 6. So I end up with 4b to the power of 6. Here I've got some simplifying ratios. So 3 is to 9. I can divide both of them by 3. So I get 1 is to 3 as my answer. Here I've got dollars and cents, so I want to make them both into cents. Now $20 is going to be 2,000 cents, is to 50 cents. That way I can then cross that cent off. I can divide both of them by 50, so I can do 2,000 divided by 50, and I get 40. So 40 is to 1 is my answer for that one. Here I've got fractions, so I'll look at those 2 numbers on the bottom. I can multiply them both by 20. So I have 1/10 times 20, that's going to leave me with 2, and the 1 over 20 being multiplied by 20 is going to give me the 1. If I'm not sure, I can use my fraction and have my 1 over 10 and multiply that by 20, and you can see where the answer is there. Going on to the second page, we have dividing $90 in a ratio of 1 is to 2. So I first want to know my total parts. So 1 part is to 2 parts. My total parts are 3. The value of 1 part is going to be 90 over 3, which will be $30. And then I'm going to multiply each of those by $30. Now 1 times 30 is obviously going to give me $30 there, and 2 times 30 is going to give me $60 there. And I want to do a quick check. 30 plus 60, does that give me 90? Yes, it does. Question 8, if a car is travelling 120 kilometres per hour, how far does it travel in 2.5 hours? So I want to do 120 times 2.5, and I can do that on my calculator. Gives me 300 kilometres. Then I've got a solving one. Now I've got a 4 on the bottom here. X plus 3 divided by 4 equals 5. So my first step is to multiply by 4. So I get x plus 3 is equal to 20. Then I'm going to take away 3, and I get x is equal to 17. Question 10, I need to complete the table and graph this function here, y equals 2x minus 3. So whatever the x is, I'm going to multiply it by 2 and take 3 away. So negative 1 times 2 gives me negative 2. When I take 3 away, I get negative 5. 0 times 2 is going to give me 0. When I take 3 away, I get negative 3. 1 times 2 is going to give me 2. When I take 3 away, I get negative 1. And 2 times 2 gives me 4. When I take 3 away, I get 1. Then I'm going to plot those points on my graph. So I have negative 1, 5. It's going to go up there. 0, negative, I went positive instead of negative. I'm going to rub that one out. So negative 1, negative 5 is going to be down here. 0, negative 3 is there. 1, negative 1 is here. And 2, 1 is there. I'm going to grab my ruler and I'm going to draw a nice straight line through that. I'm then going to write the name of that equation on that line. So y equals 2x minus 3. I'm going to check all my labels. So I've got x and y. I've got the arrows on each end, and I've plotted my points. The next question says, use your graph to find out what x is equal to if 2x minus 3 is equal to 3. So it's saying, look at your graph and see if you can work out what that value of x will be if the answer is 3. So we can go on the y and draw a line across to where the 3 is. Now it meets the graph here, and then I'm going to drop that down to see what x value that's equal to, and that's equal to 3 there on my graph. I can also check that and say 2 times 3 is 6. When I take away 3, I get the answer of 3, and that's what I'm doing there. Now the last one says find the rule for the following, and we've got a table of values. First I'm going to look at what is happening as I go up in 1, what's happening to these y values. And they are each going up by 2. So I know in my y equals mx plus c, my m is going to be 2. Then I need my c. Now my c value is my y-intercept, or when x equals 0. And that's it here, and it has a 5. So I know that my rule for this one will be 2x plus 5 as my equation.